Ride the Nerd here, and today we're going to be taking a look at...
Riley, stop right there! I have seen the title, and there's Transformers in the title. I swear to God, if it's another Soundwave review, I'm literally going to unsubscribe to you and never return to this channel. I literally have my hand on the unsubscribe button right now, and if you dare say it's another Soundwave, oh boy, it is going to be one hell of a ride for you.
Wait, Riley, what is that thing?
Wait, Riley, it was a jump scare. That hurt. Oh. Yeah, that hurt my neck. The things I do for this channel to make it look good. Can't take that guy anymore. Hey guys, Ride the Nerd here, and today I'm going to be taking a look
At the Transformers Kingdom
Dracodon.
So yeah, this is a core class figure. If you don't know what the core class Transformer figures are, they're basically just small little Transformer figures, pretty reasonable priced. But the quality on these figures are really high quality. This is my only core class figure that I have, and I'm definitely going to be buying more of these figures because, man, they are really good quality. So as you can see, you got a picture of Dracodon there with some the Transformers Kingdom logo there. On the side, you got Transformers, and then you have some Dracodon logo there. On the back here, you have Dracodon and his robot mode, and Dracodon and his Stigmolic mode, or Pachyrhinosaur mode. And then he transforms into 14 steps. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for the packaging of Dracodon. So let's take a look. Let's actually take a look at Dracodon himself. So here is Dracodon. The sculpting on Dracodon is really nicely detailed. I really like how this figure looks. There's actually a counterpart to him, which is Vertebrake, which is basically just a remold of this figure, but with, black coloration. I think that the lime green on this figure looks a little bit better, in my opinion. It just brings a lot more character out, so I just think it looks nice on this type of figure. So yeah, as you can see, he's very small, not very big. So let me bring in a deluxe class figure to the side here. And there goes Laserbeak. So here's a deluxe class Shockwave here, and as you can see, they are very tiny compared to him. So the deluxe class figures are around like $20 to $30. This guy's around like $15 to $16, so it's a reasonable price. For your money's worth, I think that you should I highly recommend getting these core class figures because the quality on these figures are really high quality, even though I only have one of them. And everything is falling over on my shelf, so I'm just gonna leave that there. So as I mentioned, so yeah, I think that this is a really great looking figure. So he transforms into a skeleton, Pachyrhinosaur or a Stigmolic, whatever you prefer. And so, like, skeleton mode, obviously, so you can see, like, a lot of bone detail on there, and it may look plain to you from the front, but as you can see, there are some gold and some really nicely dry brushed effect going on here, and we'll get to look at that later. But as you can see, you got the really nice gold shine there to the chest, and then you can also see a little, Predacon symbol there, which is very nice indeed, and then you can see his face there, which also has some really nice, gold paint on there with some blue eyes in there as well. And then some more gold for the claws on the feet here. So yeah, very nice. And as you can see, he's got the little dinosaur arms there, but that doesn't bother me in the least because it is literally a palm-sized Transformer. So kibble, I have to be a little bit generous with the kibble here, so I can't just be like, oh my god, this is the worst figure ever because of the kibble. But, it doesn't bother me. For accessories, he does come with his tail, obviously. So, this is actually supposed to be his weapon here, so it's like a tail whip weapon sword kind of thing. And on the top here, it's a little bit more shinier because actually actually has like a little bit silver dry brush going on the top here. Nothing on the bottom there, but as you can see, it has a little bit silver touch to it, makes it look a little shiny. And the same goes for the back here as well. So it just gives that figure a little bit more character to it. So yeah, it's made out of a softer rubber, so that's great, because if it was just made out of solid plastic, that would be extremely painful. So yeah, you can just plug it into any of his hands there, and you can get some really great poses out of this guy. I've been playing with around this guy for about an hour or so. But he's really great. So you can get him some like poses like in the air, like he's kicking, like on the so you can get some kind of air poses there. Just kind of have to work with the ball joints there. So, I mean, he can stand on a flat surface, but on my cloth here, he just kind of like doesn't like to stand up very well. And if you don't want to display him with the tail weapon in his hand, you can actually store it on his back. So these three little bigger bone vertebrae here will actually plug into these little notches there. So you just kind of have to fiddle around with it, and it takes a while to plug in, but after it does, it looks pretty nice on there. So that's pretty epic. So you can get some poses where he's like reaching for his weapon and such like that. So yeah, let's talk about articulation on this figure. Articulation on this figure is kind of limited, but the ball joints and all the other joints work together in tandem to make some really great poses. So for the head, he's got a ball joint at the head, which I was really surprised at. So you can get some like 360 rotation there. And there's actually a hinge joint at the neck, so he can look up pretty far, but that's more for the transformation, and he can't look down, but he can look side to side on ball joints. These little dinosaur arms here, they're just like on a little hinge joint there. They don't move back any further. For the arms here, he can rotate 360 degrees. It's on a ball joint. Most of the joints on this are ball joints, so he can move in and out, and as you saw before, 360, bend at the elbow for a ball joint, so it can rotate all over the place. So you get some side bend and, front bend and all that stuff. No waist swivel, which it doesn't bother me. So he can kick that far and move back that far. He's got a bend at the knee. This joint at this knee is a little bit tighter than this one. So but it doesn't bother me. I just have to work with it, and soon it will become loose. And then for the feet here, it's actually on a ball joint, so you can get some pivot there. But the pivot, if you bend it like that, he looks like he broke his foot. So you kind of have to you just kind of have to bend the joint a little bit slightly there, so it doesn't look like he broke his foot. And he does have a really great spread on that. So you got some ball joints there, so swivel and all that good stuff. So yeah, articulation on this guy is really surprising. I was not surprising how much articulation that this figure would have. So I'm definitely going to be buying some more core class figures. Hopefully I can find the core class Soundwave, or even some of that Megatron good, because I have not taken a look at a Megatron figure on this channel before, so that's going to be a first. So hopefully I can find that. But yeah, pretty awesome. So how to transform this guy? What you want to do is you want to flip out his torso here, and you want to untab his back. Well, actually, untab is kind of a stretch. It just sits there, but it's a nice tight joint, so it's not going to be floppy. And speaking of floppy, none of the joints on here feel floppy at all. I feel like over time, maybe these ball joints in the elbow here are probably going to become loose, or even the ball joints at the legs will become loose. But right now, everything fits together really nicely. Back to the transformation. So you're just going to flip his head down like that, and then you're going to put the head of the dinosaur all the way up, and then you're just going to collapse that down like so, and then there is going to be a little tab on here and a little groove in there, so you're just going to have to stick it in there like so, and then you just bend down the dinosaur like that. And out of all the joints on this figure, these hinge joints right here are really tight. When I first transformed this guy, I felt like I was going to break it. But you're just going to have to work with it. Just kind of have to kind of pull and twist, even though that it might look, it looks like it's gonna break, but it's you just have to just try not to force it. You're just gonna have to wiggle it, and then soon it will come undone. And then for these, this guy has little tabs there that will fold into there, so just clip that on like so. And then for the legs here, they don't transform at all. They just kind of, you just kind of pull them down, and then you can get some bend at the knee there, so for, you know, dinosaur poses, and make sure all the feet there are good. Then you take back the tail, and you're just gonna plug it right there as well, and then just fold these little dinosaur legs down like so, and they don't tab in, but they just sit there really nicely. So there you have Dracodon in his Pachyrhinosaur mode. So this is a really great looking dinosaur mode. I really like the skeletal look of the figure. And all the joint and all the bits and pieces fit together really nicely. The head's not going to come off or like come undone. But the little arms here, they don't like to tab in always, but they're not annoyingly loose. And so yeah, really great. And you can see that amazing gold paint on the head there. And then you can see some gray for the eye sockets there. And as you can see, he kind of has a hunchback because the tab doesn't like to stab, like the little groove in there doesn't like to tab into the actual peg. So it just kind of looks like he has a hunchback. And then for the tail there, you know, it's really great. So yeah, for articulation on this Pachyrhinosaur mode, he has a hinge joint at the head there, and the mouth can open pretty wide. So working with that, so you can get some nice thing there. And then for the arms here, you can move them in and out, but that's more for the transformation. So you can kind of, if you kind of loosen them up, like not fully out, but just kind of fold them out like that, you can kind of get some poses like that, but I don't really count that. For the legs, they're basically just the robot legs, but so the pivot's still there. The bend at the knee still works, so you can kind of get them straight, standing up, or bended like that. So for the tail there, it's on a swivel, or on the body, whatever. So yeah, but you can kind of get some different poses there, so you can kind of like slightly turn it to get like a nice little S pose there, like so. But if you bend it like that, so you can kind of have it like downward or upward, whatever you prefer. And there's actually a little secret on this guy. If you open his mouth and you flip his head down, look at that. He is branded by the Hasbro Containment Unit. Oh my god, that's amazing. I don't know why they had to put that there. I mean, it's not annoying. It doesn't bother me. It's kind of funny actually. So a little secret there for you guys. But that's gonna do it for this review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, this is just a short little review of Dracodon here. So that's gonna do it for me, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't care what to do, but you guys know what time it is. So bye, guys.